Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey and Paul here on Friday, May 9th, 2014 at 15:40 in the afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. Now, it seems that there is a second episode to this duckling story from yesterday.
I took the morning trash out. And lo and behold, there she was. She's out there quacking and carrying on at a parked car. I walked over to the storm drain, looked down, and there's all her chicks again in the storm drain. So I went in and told them, and everybody sat there and, "You got to be crapping." Oh, nope. They're all down there, and she's standing there walking around and around the hole, quacking away and yakking to them, and they're yelling back. So off we go again. Only, like yesterday, we got all the chicks but one. Today, we got an extra chick. So the one chick was still okay down there, and he ran over to his mate. And he also jumped right in. And instead of us having to chase him with the net, when we stuck it down in there, they jumped into the net and let us fish them out. So it was a lot easier. So we found the square thing that fits right over the dang hole, and we put it on it, and we even taped it down with, believe it or not, no pun intended, duct tape. So we sealed that thing up, and she's not gonna get those chicks in there again.
What'd you put over it?
Oh, Dana found some square thing.
Oh, like some wood or something that would let water
piece
in.
Of rubber.
It? Oh, okay.
And we put duct tape all the way around it. So.
Well, I was thinking like you could almost get like some overlap chicken wire and furnace tape it
That's
around.
what the sales lady for the end suggests. That we're going to have to get some kind of wire, mesh wire,
make those holes smaller.
Or so
because
if they fall in them,
they're
not going to fall down.
They're clearly going to keep coming back to this for some reason.
Yeah, but there's just like 1, 2, 3. There's 5 of these holes in the parking lot.
But they only like this one.
They always fall in that one hole.
Well, I mean, they sort of, it's like a routine,
She's coming from the pond behind. Like I said, where I said she was, at the insurance place. She's coming up and she jumps off the curb out of the yard, and she walks right across the driveway and right over that grate, and down goes all the chicks because they're walking right behind her.
Maybe she's trying to pull one of these insurance scams where the guys, run into you from behind, and then they all get out and start screaming and they're going to sue. So you stop too short. Maybe this is the mallard's way of working an insurance scam. Maybe she's internalized the value system of the pond in which she is living.
And like yesterday, when we gave her the maximum of the chicks, she took them and took off to the pond. And today, when we got the last one up and out of the hole, it kept running around, and it kept running back into the hedge and running right back for the grate. So we had to keep chasing her away.
Do you suppose that was the one?
Well, then it started hiding it under the cars. So I'm chasing around the net, chasing after the duck. James, the guy, the assistant sales manager, he goes out. He's out there, and he chases, waiting, standing around, and finally he caught the last chick and took it over and.
Do you suppose that was the one that stayed down the hole yesterday?
I think so. Anyway, they said that chick took off so fast across the water toward his mom and his other siblings that he didn't even get his feet wet.
That's clearly a brain damaged chick. That's one that nowadays, well, in former days we would call mentally retarded, but nowadays I guess you have to call them, developmentally disabled.
Anyway, it's like he didn't want to leave the inn.
It's a very it's a very diverse employment place, isn't it? I mean, you're supposed to have, Americans for Disability Act and everything. I guess that extends to ducks. They call the Americans for, it'd be like ADDA, Americans for Disabled Ducks Act.
Anyway, we dug it out again. And Stacy's gonna send me photographs.
Oh, well, that's great. Maybe
of all the ducks that were in the pit while they're in the pit.
Maybe I can figure out how to edit these things into a video, but don't cross your fingers and hold your breath on that one, guys, because I have no skills in this. I could print them off on a piece of paper and hold them up, like I've often done. Well, sometimes done.
Anyway, I gave her my email address and she's going to send them to me.
No, splendid.
I know tonight what bitch said she would.
Well, that's great. Oh, that's wonderful news. I mean, that's what. Well, it's very interesting that you got that covered up. Now I'll be interested to see how this rubber mat solution works.
Well, the rain's got 4 other holes that can go.
Well, yeah, and if it, you don't have, it doesn't have to necessarily be completely flush. I mean, you can leave a little margin around.
I would have left a gap between the tape. Dana didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taped that. I would have tried to just tape the on one side and just had it like, depending on the width. I mean, it's...
Yeah, but we didn't want it to blow up with the wind.
Well, no.
And the dork walked the kids over it.
Well, and of course, if you got traffic going over it, you can't have it so that there's anything that's really going to mess up people's tires.
Well, no, it's not. It's a rubber thing, and it's laying on the storm grate. The grate is up against the curb.
Well,
so when they pull into the parking space, they park on top of the damn thing.
What you might ultimately have to do is get sort of a wad of a swath of chicken wire and actually put it under the grate so that it comes up slightly over the edges of the grate. So that the grate holds it the first in place, and so that then basically even if they put their legs down, they don't fall down the hole.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to leave that black thing on that hole until they get a little bigger and not falling through it, which is going to take a couple.
Well, yeah, it's taken a while. Yeah, I eagerly await. We may have some more updates on this one, guys. Yeah. No question about it.
But they all go walking around, parading around with the chicks down there. So. Well,
yeah, that's what they do. I mean, that's what these what should we call it?
Waterfowl.
Well, waterfowl
on parade.
Yeah, waterfowl on parade do, and it's splendid to watch. Although we don't want to walk in their turds after they march around your yard, but.
The geese is that problem.
Well, the
mallards aren't.
They all do that. Anybody who's ever had chickens in their backyard knows that. But the geese are the worst ones because
I know it's like dog shit lying all over.
Well, it's not quite as big, but it's actually bigger than the deer turds. Speaking of deer, I actually saw two deer today, and they recognized me. They didn't run off when I talked to them, and they looked extremely thin, which makes me think that they've given a birth, which makes me think that somewhere nearby were their baby, their stash, and but they weren't around all that long. And then I saw either a golden eagle or a young bald eagle. Well, young meaning
Yeah.
a yearling bald eagle. And it wasn't a red hawk because, you can tell with the red hawk, plus it was bigger than a red hawk, red-tailed hawk. And this thing was far more zoom, 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 zoomy than a typical red hawk.
It doesn't have
Red-tailed
the white helmet yet.
No, so it's clearly, under 2 years of age. And, well, if it's a male, it's under 1 year of age. And if it's a female, it's under 2 years of age. So this may be a female that's under 2 years of age. And, it, of course, it gave a cry, but the cry of the eagle and the cry of the red-tailed hawk are very similar, so I can't really tell the difference. And plus, I could give you more leafing in alert here, but suffice to say things are progressing at pace, including some of the ash trees.
The ones behind the garage.
Well, those are the tiny ones, but the big ones out here
Out there in the field.
in buglands. A couple of them are starting to leaf in. So, well, so
we're good.
Gala on that.
Are there any that one spot where the front end loader is? Were there any of those growing in that doorway down there at the barn or the ash?
Yeah, those are right. Those are all right.
Okay.
I don't want to leave them there, but I mean, as well, it's not like I'm going to be able to use that front end loader.
Not unless we get new hoses again.
Well, good luck getting somebody come in here and fix that. Because I'm not going to get, I vowed I'm not going to get that hydraulic fluid crap on me again. No, that's toxic. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. Period. End of discussion. So, I think the guy up there at J.D. Power Equipment up there outside Marion, who left the baffle plate out of my hose reconstruction job, allowing the full pressure to go into far narrower hoses, but those with ears here, is the one that caused some of this problem. Also, some of the problem is these hoses are 22-year-old hoses. So.
Yeah. I thought they were younger than that.
Well, no,
we replaced them one.
No, we got them in 1992. Oh. The one that burst this time is the original hose. We got this piece of equipment in 1992.
Okay.
If I could figure out how to get that oil drain plug out on the tractor, I'd change the oil. Now, I've changed the oil on that tractor twice, but somewhere along the line, that oil drain plug froze itself in, and I can't get that thing out because I'm about ready to strip that plug. So I'm either going to have to undo the oil filter and try to drain the oil out of that oil filter hole, or just say, well, since I'm going to run the thing about 10 hours a year anyway, we'll just run it till the daggone thing seizes up or something. I don't know.
I said it was one of those lawnmower.
Well, no, I could. I could have the guy come out, but see, first of all, he's got to get his truck in here.
Yeah.
This is not the easiest place to get a big equipment truck in here.
Yeah, flatbed.
Yeah, he's going to have to back the thing in, and then we're going to have to get stuff. Well, it wouldn't be a problem to get the tractor up on the flatbed, but it would be a problem to get that daggone
front end loader
up on that thing. So.
Right.
Yeah. Next week, I'm going to try to knock down a little bit of grass just to keep the fucking county happy. Screw you, county.
Huh.
It shouldn't matter. As long as I don't have noxious weeds and horrible things growing on my place that's gonna, screw up other people's land, it shouldn't matter whether I mow my place or not. Period. End of discussion. And that's the fact of the matter. Plus, I don't necessarily like to do this because, quite honestly, anymore, not to be a pussy about this, it scares me to death to get up on that daggone thing. I'm afraid I'm going to fall off and kill myself. I didn't used to be this way, but since I had that little thing here about 3 years ago, that's the way I am. Sorry about that. Well, no, I'm not sorry about that. That's the way I am. That's the hand God has dealt me. God bless God. And I'm not complaining. Believe you me, I am not complaining. So, any other little news from the hotel, Paul?
Nope. That's it.
Well, we're still here and breathing, so God bless us all. All righty. Bye-bye, YouTubers.